Hello everyone, welcome back to clusterbmilkshake. I am your host, along with support puppet Mr. Chicken. Yes. Today we are going to talk about the difference between emotional abuse, which to me is something that I would do on autopilot, as compared to psychological abuse, where we know we are doing these things. Now, I always tell people it really doesn't matter. Everything is, overt behaviors seen, and that is going to fuck with your head anyways, and you should take off or make a plan to take off. Or if you start noticing these things, take off, okay? There's no reason to stay. Try to figure out, beg for understanding. Half the time, we don't even know the root cause why we do these things. It's always justified. So we're not going to take responsibility for any of these behaviors. Jazz hands. Okay, so emotional abuse. Now, anything that I say on here and you want to add to it, you can even disagree with me, whatever, just leave it in the comments so we can have a discussion. Because being a narcissistic person, it's always, I know everything. And as I know, I don't know everything. Okay? All right. Anger. So emotional abuse, I believe anger would fall under that category, because I'm not going to be angry with you out of nowhere. I'm not going to do it like some sadist, where I'm not angry and I'm going to pretend like I'm angry just to cause you mental distress. So I put that underneath emotional abuse, because it's going to cause you a lot of emotional distress. You're going to, your cortisol levels are going up. You're going to have the fight, flight, freeze, fawn response. It's all your body, right? Now, like I said, sadists will do this just for fun, to fuck with you. But I really do not think the people that you're dealing with, do that. I know you want to demonize narcissistic people as these devils, but I'm just being honest, all right? Belittling would be emotional abuse, just tearing you down. Now, they're not tearing you down to me. It would be like in a fit of anger. So I'm not talking about somebody who's being manipulative with you when backhanded compliments and things like that. That would be psychological. But belittling you when, angry. Now, these are things that, I'm writing down that I see in myself. So if there's anybody out there that wants to reveal any of their, toxic shit, write it down. A narcissist's self-destructive behaviors would leak onto you, and you would feel that it is emotionally abusive to you, because we're not, drinking, doing drugs, gambling, shopping, porn addiction, all these things to hurt you on purpose. Now, I have known people, borderline people, who have watched porn just to make their partners feel a certain way, feel small, insecure, things like that, So there are people out there that will do things like that, but usually the run-of-the-mill person, they're hiding their porn. They don't want you to see this shameful addiction, but they'll drink out in front of you and their personalities will change. Doing drugs, their personalities will change. And it's not hurting them that, they're just like, I'm just trying to cope with my bullshit, instead of taking a prescription, I'm taking the, dun, dun, dun. But it's still hurting you. Also, dismissive behaviors. I'm not thinking that I want to hurt you on purpose, being dismissive of your shit. It's like it is an attachment defense. Get the fuck away from me. I don't want to feel those feelings. I can't handle your feelings. So I'm going to dismiss anything that you say to me. It's like, this is too much. Get the fuck away. And I will be very rude about it. All right? Then I'm going to put some things down the middle, as in are both emotional and psychologically abusive. And one of those things is guilting you. That's very manipulative. Trying to make you feel guilty so they can get whatever they want, whatever the scenario it is. Or making you feel guilty for trying to call them out on certain things. That's fucking, no. That's manipulative. They know what they're doing. They're trying to shine a light on you instead of on them. Shaming you goes along with that. As we know, the silent treatment is very psychologically damaging for you. It messes with your head. It messes with your fucking brain jello, dude. It turns your brains into peanut butter. You are having emotional distress, and it's psychologically abusive. Now, a lot of people, I would say the majority of fucking housewives who are not healthy and they are bitching and nagging at their husband, they'll give them silent treatment. So I don't think that it's, intended to destroy your mental health. They're just using it as a tactic to get what they want, It doesn't dismiss it, okay? But, yes, the silent treatment can be psychological and emotional. Future faking. Now, I have said that, somebody with ADHD and a personality disorder, they will plan to do things. I've talked to a lot of people with ADHD, just ADHD, and they do this too, where they will make plans to want to do something the next day or down the road, and then they change their mind and they don't want to do it anymore. And this is, very hurtful to whomever you made plans with. I made plans, kind of plans with my aunt the other day, and then I didn't call her or anything because I was being lazy, and then I got calls and stuff, and I'm just like, well, fuck it. It's not because I wanted to hurt her feelings, but, it's like, I'm just so, okay. But people can also future fake, especially getting together with you right away. Within the first couple weeks, you're already looking at wedding rings. They're already talking to you about having babies or moving in with each other. And that will pull at your heartstrings and everything. You're like, oh my God, this person really likes me, and la la la. They don't know you. They don't know you. Stop thinking that, falling into this shared fantasy thing, or even them just trying to bring you into a fantasy, con artist like. So you are going to be so forgiving of all the shit they're going to show you down the road. Remember, we always show you who we are, but we plug it in like different places. We don't sit you down and say, I'm going to psychologically fuck you up. No, we'll give you stories of things that we've done in the past to other people. And you're going to believe that your ego is, oh my God, that would never happen to me. He would never do that to me. With my narcissism, that's exactly how I feel. I'm like, you can't do that to me. Because if you do, you're going to get the pain hammer back. But I don't fucking, I usually don't say that. It's like, yeah, I'm just going to watch you. I'm just going to watch you. But I'm so full of myself that I believe that this person wouldn't dare do anything fucked up. Anyway, then we have withholding information would be more emotionally abusive. Withholding sex would be psychologically abusive, because you're just like, I don't understand. He used to have sex with me all the time. He doesn't want to have sex anymore. What's going on? Is he asexual? Is he cheating? Does he have psychological issues like depression that's causing him to not want to have sex? Is his mind somewhere else with OCPD, that's obsessive compulsive personality disorder, and he just, an anxiety disorder, and they just can't fucking, do the deed? There's so many variables, but if they don't have any of that shit going on, just withholding sex, knowing that sex to you is the only time with people like us that you feel intimate, withholding it from you can be emotionally and psychologically damaging. Okay, then we have physical violence, which can be emotionally and psychologically damaging. A lot of people I've read, and my own experience growing up, getting smackified, that you forget about the physical abuse so much quicker than emotional and psychological abuse. So it's easier for you to just forget about it, snap out of it, whatever. It's especially if they're, oh, I'm sorry. Some of them will blame you and say, well, if you didn't fucking talk like that, then I wouldn't have kicked your ass. And that's the guilting and the shaming of you, psychologically abusive. Okay. What else? Where are we? Okay, psychological abuse would be threats of physical violence. Them just planting seeds so you will be in fear of them doing something to you. They can make these tiny little covert threats. And then, you're like, was that a real threat? Were they just joking? Sometimes they say they're just joking. So just notice consistency. If they are making these threats consistently, that's one thing. They're actually laying hands on you. It's fucking real. Coming after you with knives, throwing shit at you. Please know, I've talked to, some people where their person came at them with actual weapons, and their people got put in jail, and you still took them back. They're going to unalive you. They're going to unalive you. Okay? I understand if you are personality disordered yourself, and you're just like, well, I grew up with severe violence, I don't give a fuck. That's different than, please, if you are codependent, you're learning to break free from, this crazy mind fuck that you were in, do not let somebody back. I really need you to write these things down. I'm always taking notes during my calls. When you call me back and you start doing that cognitive dissonance bullshit and you forget, I'm going to remind you. Hail to the no. Hail to the no. Okay? All right. Then we have seed planting. So these are random comments to make you second guess your own judgments. I think Jody, I don't think Jody was being very nice. Or I think Jody was I don't know, she was looking at you funny. You can see this with, your girlfriends or anything that's trying to push other people out of the group. Also, disordered people, if they want to isolate you, which to me, I believe it's people with a lot of borderline flavor who want to isolate you, because I never wanted to isolate any of my motherfucking people. But I have seen borderlines do it all over the place, especially borderline men. So when I always hear it's like, they don't want me. No, only when, if I'm worried about you telling them that, like I cheated, something like that, then I will be worried. But if it's just all across the board, started off early on in the relationship and just trying to isolate you to just you and me, no. Go. And that's because, I like being alone. Who knows? It's across the board, all over the place. It is nice when I'm really enmeshed with somebody and I do want them all to myself. I do like that they don't have outside friendships or they don't get along with their family or anything like that. But, if you're with a disordered person and you have children, they can also be very jealous of your children, taking away your attention and everything. So they might cause, conflict with the kids and plant seeds in your head that your kid is, evil and destructive and manipulative. Kids are manipulative. So just be like, sorry, dude, it is what it is. And, just be very aware. Just be very aware, because some kids will demonize the new partner too. And you're here in the middle saying, I love both of you. What the fuck? You don't have to fight over me. I'm fucking here for you, But then you're going to lose yourself too, because who the fuck's giving you attention? You're giving attention to, your kids and your adult child. Okay? All right. Love bombing can be emotionally abusive and psychologically abusive, especially when they're coming on really strong, spending all of now the love bombing part isn't abusive, it's the withdrawing of the love bomb, because it's so strong. If it was nice and easy going, say, a nice love bomb wave and not a tsunami, right? Where they're always on the phone with you all the time, just taking up all of your attention. Anytime that you have to go, they're making excuses why you need to stay. They can manipulate you into, thinking that, you can't, abandonment shit, stuff like that. You have plans and, they're like, oh, now some victim thing happened and I need you to save me from it. You have to really watch out for that shit. But you have to pay attention to the beginning. You have to pay attention. You don't get to just go on this fucking crazy roller coaster ride and then you're angry that it fucking stops. Pay attention to the flow. Pay attention to the flow. Okay? All right. Then we have projecting. Projecting can be emotionally and psychologically abusive. And it's only because a lot of us do not know that we're projecting. We are, whatever we feel about ourselves, any anger, anything. Everybody projects, but we have such a dense ass trauma, PTSD, whatever the fuck, that we have all just, heavy, dense in here. And when we project it outward, it's devastating. It's devastating. We're telling you that you are behaving in ways that we behave. We're telling you, we're trying to unload any feelings that we have inside of ourselves, making you own them so we can abuse ourselves through you. We get to abuse how we feel about ourselves, telling you that you're the thing. Okay? So this can be psychologically abusive, but I don't see how. I don't have a moment here where I can ponder where somebody would do that with purpose, because they wouldn't know that they're projecting. Okay? So projection is, both, but without intent of causing you to go to the fucking crazy house. So the denser somebody is, the more psychologically damaging it's going to be for you. Okay? Then we have discards, which are emotionally abusive, but cold discards. I'm done with you, and then you're out of their life for fucking, you don't talk to them at all. There is no conversation, there's no nothing. It's still emotionally charged, but it's like, fuck you, over. But cold discards, where you're not, screaming at them and everything, and you're, fighting, and you just can't get it, whatever, and then you're just like, this isn't working out, we need to break up, blah, blah, blah. But the psychologically abuse is the cold discard, threats of discards, or cheating. What's even worse is if they want you to know that they're cheating. I have heard stories where guys will bring over another girl to their apartment, call you to come over, or if you had a date or whatever, and then you walk in on them. This is some shady ass evil shit. Remember, behaviors are evil. The behaviors are evil. Okay? What's going on inside of a disordered person is not evil. We don't have a fucking evil spirit. But the things that we do that harm others with purpose are evil. Things that are automatic to us, that are PTSD responses, that are, we can't handle whatever, we're just get away from us type shit. That is not a, planned event. Planned harmful things, that's fucking evil. Even when I'm like triggered and I'm tearing you down, and even though somebody else is driving the bus, I still think that is considered evil too, because I'm just ripping you apart. And even though I'm telling myself, okay, you can shut up now, it's enough, it's like something else inside of me is destroy, 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 So that's motherfucking evil. All right. Then lastly, I want to put, you can add to this list, but lastly, I want to put smiling while you cry, or them smirking, or just fucking happy that they were able to cause you pain, and having sex with you after something super, abusive happened to you. To me, I believe, because I've done this before, the smiling, seeing that I got one over on you. And it's because I don't feel you care about me in that moment, whatever. Like, say you were being dismissive, you were being belittling, you were doing some fucking thing that I think that you were doing, and I fucking got you back. And I hurt you so bad that you are so sad, depressed, crying, whatever. Oh, now I know that you love me. Because your words saying I love you mean absolutely nothing. You showing big feelings, now I know you love me. If I can cause you to be hurt, you're in emotional distress, you want me to save you from that pain, now I know you love me. It's not real love, It's not real love, it's fucking abuse, it's abuse. But, this is, oh, they love me. Anyways, so I hope that was interesting. Please share with the class if I left anything out, and have a great day. What do we say? Namaste.